And I just okay. Just felt like a perfect time to stop the music, though I was jamming. Also still have my space heater going because it's like I don't know, somewhat warm in the day, but cool at night, at least in my home. So right before this, I for some reason was compelled to open my group me app. It had popped up on like you know how sometimes you just touch your phone and something pops up like an app or something or like a square with the app. And I had like 84 notifications and I'm like, that's kind of crazy. And I'm kind of trying to think like why do I even have group me? But then I remembered I needed it for my current job at the beginning of the year. It phased out, but that's why I had it and we were using the chat to some extent. And I was like just scrolling back at like all the unread or unopened like messages and groups from like college, some even high school, and I was like, wow, interesting. So I clicked on me and my like college group of we can say best friends or like people that I really hung out with, two guys, and I was like reading our group message, and though like it was filled with conversation and things, I feel like I was the one initiating a lot of our hangouts, and I'm sure we were like texting outside of that group chat or group, yeah, group chat message, group me. Maybe we didn't have a group iMessage, like were groups a thing like that then on iMessage? I guess they weren't because I really don't know. But I felt like I was initiating a lot of our hangouts, and granted, I did hang out with each of them individually, and like I'm sure we were texting about it sometimes and calling or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like I was just initiating a lot of the hangouts, and that made me a little sad, honestly. Um, or a lot of times, like I would be asking them about what they were doing, and they were like already together, which is cool. They're both guys. They have more in common, more areas of connection. And also, I feel like they lived together at some point. I really don't remember. Like, did they officially, or was it just like a saying a lot thing? I don't know. Besides the point, um, it just made me a little sad. And then I'm just kind of thinking about my other friend groups or relationships and how I don't have that now, and like how in those situations I feel like the other people stayed friends or had like closer connections after or didn't fall off, whereas I did. um at some part in the way. And I'm even thinking about like a familiar relationship, um and how like even when I thought like everybody was disconnected, I still see that like wow, they're still more connected. And it's not in a way of like jealousy or spite or judgment even. It's just like that's interesting. Like am I doing something? And I really don't feel like I am. Maybe I've just grown, in different ways, or to be a different person, or that's what was needed for me to be who I am now, or this just weren't, really my tribe as I became more of myself and got older, whatever have you. Like not questioning it, but just noticing it. And right before that, I was listening to a YouTube video and they were talking about how like life is constantly healing the same things. And I was like, I wonder if like that's true for me. I feel like I'm doing like work to get over things. Or okay, getting over it is safe to say. I wanted to say like move with greater like awareness of areas that I've been hurt, but I guess it's one of the same thing essentially. Um So yeah, but also thinking about reaching out to people in general, I do think that's something that I do. Like I'm the one that's reaching out to a lot of people, and I'm like, dang, like I feel like we was cool, but is it just really riding off the strength of me? Like you really clearly don't mess with me like that because you're never reaching out to me. And I'm thinking of a specific person in my head right now, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't hit this person up, and we haven't talked, and I'm always the one hitting them up, always the one asking if they want to hang out, and they like, you tell me no after a certain amount of times, I'm just gonna let it be whatever. And even when we do connect, it's not like anything super transparent or like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm really desiring for myself and my friendships and sisterhoods and um found family moving forward. Um yeah, I do that. And I'm like, am I oversharing? But I really don't feel like I am. I have an acquaintance, associate, past coworker who's in town this week, and they hit me up telling me that they were in town, like they wanted to hang out. And then when I tried to get a feel for the hangout capacity, they were acting like it wasn't a thing or like a big deal. Okay, cool, but you also hit me up, so I think that's odd. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, but like long story short, this is like the time that they're in town, and it's not, I am not in any way pressed or even feel like I would have had really a great or even really good time hanging out with them. But it's just like, why do people do stuff like that? Like, why hit me up to not even follow through? I feel like you could have just not hit me up. And that's one example. But to me, it's just like I'm interested in why people move certain ways with me. And I shouldn't take it so personal. Like, people just move certain ways. But I'm just like, wow, like, this is all interesting to me. Like, and also just realizing that like people just be doing stuff or people just be saying stuff. And like to really get that in my soul, in my spirit, and like make that a part of my knowing for real. When like I decide to give my energy to people, when I decide to engage and how I engage and what I share and what I allow to affect me and what I allow to validate me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are just moving through the world. And like there's nothing wrong with that at all. We've all been in that space. We all will be in that space in some capacity at some point or another. But I'm not there. And I have to be aware of like where I am in relation to others are. And I think that's always. But yeah. Um I'm definitely like having to sit in my choices to not overextend myself or be in relationships with people that really don't feed me or don't serve me and just give me someone to talk to or something to do or whatever. And while like I'm not overflowing with options or like people in my vicinity to do that with, I know that I could and like I have before. So to make conscious choices to only invite and accept peace and certain levels of consideration and care into my life has come with, I don't even want to say the consequence, but it just comes with like in this season for me, loneliness and a bit of isolation still. even being around people, you can still be like emotionally isolated, right? But like being okay with that and like really being able to feel that that still feels better than being in relationship um with people who drain my energy or just don't see eye to eye with me. And that's okay. We just don't have to be in each other's orbit like that. Like I don't have to just try to constantly clash and collide with you and what you have going on. We can just choose to be apart and be with people who flow with us, who are riding the same wave, who are on the same path, who believe the same things, who want the same things, who have the same values, who have the same loves, who are expressive and do the things in the way that you want them to be done to you and I want them to be done to me. So yeah. Um just some thoughts on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Side note, I'm just decided to tell this story because I have told two people today and I just want to say it again. I made a smoothie this morning and I'm really into now, like when something's going on with me, trying to get to the root, the source. Like, I'm feeling this way because I did this specific thing. You know what I mean? And maybe that's not, like, maybe everybody's always doing that, but I don't know. Anyways, I made a smoothie this morning and I put too much chia seeds in it. And, like, I definitely put more than normal. And I did it in a way where, like, I don't know how much more, but I knew it was more. But I wasn't really tripping because it didn't seem like just so much overwhelming. But I guess in hindsight, it was. Like, thinking back, man, it was more than I thought. So you can't eat too many chia seeds. It's too much fiber. Your body can, like, kind of reject that or not vibe with that. Mine did not. I got about a half quarter way through that smoothie. When I tell you a cramp hit my stomach like I have not felt ever, baby. Not like in my stomach. My stomach doesn't hurt. I don't really get that ever happen to me. I'm not really ever eating things that like make my stomach hurt or just really disagree like that. That thing really about took me out of here. And just being at work makes it worse. Like it's one thing to be like throwing up at home in your own bathroom, in your own trash can. It's different when it's at work. Like I'm trying not to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to hurry up and do what I gotta do. I know that I just need to like expel this from my body and then I will feel better. I hate how throwing up is like not fun, but you always feel well, I always feel better after. Like I'm actually happy to know I've thrown up because now we're getting to the end of it. Yes, let's like I know it's about to happen. I feel it. Like, okay, let's move through this. Um, but yeah, my stomach was hurting very bad at work. And that was just not fun. At all. And I kind of threw my whole day off because then I had already not brought lunch. They gave us a teacher appreciation week. It's teacher appreciation week lunch and I knew what it was gonna be, so I kind of thought like, ooh, that's gonna be better like at home later. I know they'll give it to me in this to go container and I can take it home. It was salmon over some yellow rice, baked beans, and mac and cheese. They get it from this bomb spot. They always catering from there. That's one thing my job gets absolutely correct. Most time when they cater some food, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I didn't even end up eating it because I just felt off after that. Like I don't want to eat this here. I also just don't want to eat this here in general. And then since I like it was my smoothie that was making me sick, I didn't get to finish it, and I was kind of counting on that for some morning nutrients. Since I hadn't eaten all day, I was like, I don't really feel like going to the gym is the best decision. Like I've had a long day. I've had a long few weeks. I've been working for. I've had an off day in a minute. I didn't eat anything today. Like I don't think I'm gonna like I'll do better working out at home. So I did. But that one thing that threw off my entire day. But it was supposed to happen like that. Don't put too many chia seeds in your smoothie. You will regret it. Peace.